So just step to the front of your mat. And I'm going to need to take those off. A little bit of space in between the feet. And just take a moment to connect with the feet. See if you can find evenness in the weight in the feet. There's always going to be places where you feel the weight a little bit more, but see if you can kind of melt the whole foot into the floor so you don't feel like you've got more pressure like on the inside than the outside. See if you can spread that out. And let those shoulders drop down, sit up tall, stand up tall. See if you can close the eyes for a moment. Maybe flipping the palms forward and stretching the arms out will help with balance. If you need a little bit wider stance to close the eyes, you can widen that stance. And if you can't close the eyes, if it just makes you feel too unstable or wobbly or dizzy, then just a soft gaze. Feel length all the way up from the heels to the back of the neck, all the way up through the crown. There's a subtle little tuck of the chin so you can get a little more length in the back of the neck. Drop those shoulders down a little more. Arms can just rest along the sides if you like, or you can reach them out kind of away from the body a little bit, flipping the palms forward and reaching out through the fingertips. I like that. It kind of, this sunrise class, it almost makes me feel like I'm shining outward. So if that feels right for you, then awesome. And just find the breath for a moment. And see if you can find that diaphragmatic breath. That breath where we're pulling in the belly just a little, just a subtle little pull of the belly. We're not squeezing it in tightly or anything. It's just drawing in so that the middle of the body, the ribs, those middle ribs really fill up. So you feel the whole chest and that whole midsection fill up. So we just have to fill the lungs up a little more to get that going. And on your next inhale, reach it up overhead, lift the chin. Bring your hands as close as you can. If the fingertips can touch, great. If not, we'll get them there eventually. Dive it down and touch the fingertips below. Inhale up. See if you can touch, and exhale, dive it down. See if you can touch, and inhale up. And exhale, dive. It's okay if you round the back a little bit. We want to wake up the backs of the legs though, so try and keep the back pretty much straight. All right, let's go up again. And then this time when you come down, nice flat back, hinge at the hips, come on down. If those fingertips can touch, great. If not, that's okay. Maybe they come to the shins instead, or the fingertips can come to the floor if you're close enough to the floor, and just find some sensation in the back of the legs, that just right amount for this early point in our practice. Bend the knees a little, sweep it back up. Nice inhale. And exhale, let those arms come down along the sides. Give the shoulders a little roll. Let's flow into a gentle Robin's breath. So usually when we bring Robin's breath in, we're at least a little bit further into class. So it might feel a little tight in your upper back. You might feel a pinch in your low back. So it's really important on this one, especially when we're doing it this early, to get that pelvic tilt, that tuck of the tailbone. So make sure you focus on that as we come into this. So hands to the heart. Nice inhale here. And exhale, bend those knees, dive it forward, round that spine, tuck the chin. Nice big inhale, open up. Scoop that tailbone under, squeeze those glutes, open up those arms, bend those knees, dive it back forward. Inhale, back to the heart. And I've got to spin my mat again. I'm just gonna try and do it the other way. I do this all the time, you guys, I'm sorry. Well, because when I have people just online, I have it that way so I can just face you. But then when I have people here, it feels funny to be facing. I don't want to be just face, so it's weird. So we end up going at an angle like this so I can kind of face you all at the same time. All right, back to the heart. Back into our groove. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, dive. Nice big inhale. Open up, squeeze those glutes, lift that heart, and dive it back forward on your exhale. Inhale back to the heart. Find your rhythm with your breath. Stay connected. Our mind kind of checks out here because we're like, we just know the movements, right? And then we kind of end up losing connection with the breath and body moving together. So really try and stay connected to that breath and body moving together. And if you screw up an inhale or an exhale, it's all right. It's not the end of the world. Just keep the flow going. Keep that connection. One more time. The next time you land at the heart, we'll finish there. Nice inhale up. Exhale, dive it down, hinge, get that nice stretch in the backs of the legs, just a teeny tad more, and bend those knees, step that right foot back to low lunge. And find that length from heel to crown. So walk those hands back so the fingers are right under the shoulders. If you want to come into airplane arms or even interlace behind, feel free. Lift that back knee up, lengthen, sink the hips down. Go ahead and float that knee down to the floor, sweep it up, nice inhale. Exhale, sink it down. Uh-oh, my knee's not bending. A lot of walking, not a lot of stretching. Whew. Stuck. Nice inhale. Reach and exhale, bring it down. Let that back foot rest down. Bring that right hand in, open the left arm up, press away, reach, open, breathe, notice. And come on back, step that foot back to plank. Take a moment to look back at your feet, get them situated there, get those wrists under the shoulders, press on up. Feel free to bring the knees down if you need a gentler variation. Press up, 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 up. Knees down, press up. Inhale, exhale, bring it on down. Nice big inhale into cobra. Peel those shoulders way far away from the ears. Hug those elbows in. Push into the heels of the hands so the fingers are light. Lift the heart, lift the chin. Squeeze those glutes. Come on down. Nice big inhale back up. Nice releasing exhale. Come on down. One more time. Beautiful. Tuck those toes, get those big toes nice and tucked under so we can stretch out these feet. Press on up, nice inhale. And exhale, press those hips back to those heels. Oh man. Oh boy. I don't think I really need to do those Tuesday classes. I gave the Tuesday classes back to Ellen because I'm like, I can't, it's too much. And it's not gonna be good for me. All right, let's come on up to downward facing dogs. My knee is completely locked up this morning. Let's pedal those feet, rock those hips. Find some movement, whatever feels good. Good morning, body. Good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're watching this, notice how the body feels. It's morning for us doing it now, so might feel a little stiffness. That's why I love doing it in the morning. It wakes up the body. All right, let's press on back, stretch it out, and walk it to the front. Half lift when you get there, nice inhale. And exhale, hinge. All the way up, big inhale. And exhale to the heart. Inhale up. And exhale, dive. Half lift, inhale. And exhale, step that other foot back. Nice big step back. Find that length. Look back at that foot. Make sure it's where it needs to be. Sink those hips down. It's like, well, how do I know where it needs to be? Those toes are aiming straight forward. Heels pressing back and sinking down as you sink that right hip down. If the right hip can't get as low as the knee, that back foot might need to go a little further back. Find that length again from heel to crown, whatever you did on the other side. So if you brought the arms along the sides or interlaced, then give it a go on this side. Find the breath wherever you're at, wherever you're at. Float that knee down to the floor, sweep those arms up, nice inhale. And exhale, sink it on down as you draw the arms back, only as far as feels good. Find that breath. And release for our twist. Let that back foot rest down. If it's not, sweep that right arm open, push away from the floor, reach up high, open that heart to the side. And come on down, step that foot back to plank. Take a moment to position. And drop those knees down if you like. Inhale. And exhale, drop the knees down. Come on down all the way. Nice big inhale. Cobra. And exhale. Tuck those toes, push on up, inhale. And exhale, push those hips back to the heels. Stretch it on out. Keep those toes tucked, press on back. And come on up. Down dog. Let's bend that right knee, sink the left heel down, stretch it back. And switch. So if you felt one side was tighter than the other, go to the tighter side. If you didn't really feel a difference between the two, then just pedal the feet and go from side to side, switching back and forth. All right, both knees bend, look up, inhale, exhale. Walk those feet to the front, half lift when you get there. Hinging on your exhale and all the way up into the heart. Inhale. And exhale, dive. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, bend those knees. Step that left foot back, same foot we just had back, into our low lunge once again. Lift that knee up, find that length again. So same things, fingertips under the shoulders, our arms along the sides. If you can come into airplane arms, stay there. Maybe you come into airplane arms with the knee down. If you kind of can't quite get the fingertips to the floor, but don't want to monkey with blocks, you can always drop the knee down and come into the airplane arms there. Find that breath. Sweep it up so knee can come, stay up, or you can drop it down. Lift those arms up, draw the belly in. If the knee is staying up, get that back leg nice and strong. So pull the knee back, sink the hips down, pull the belly button into the spine, trying to get a little more tailbone tuck there to wake up the front of that left hip. If you want to draw the arms back and look up, feel free. That's a lot though. Listen to your body. Nice inhale. Exhale, dive it down, plant that palm, twist to the right, open up, spin that heart open, bring the arm behind the back and try to get that heart a little more open to the side. Sink that right hip down so you can get a little sensation in the outside of that hip, hopefully. Go ahead and drop the knee if it's not already and find that last little bit of twist. And then come on down, bring the hand inside the foot. So scooch the foot over just a little bit. Foot is right up against the hand, vice versa. And that other hand is coming right next to it. Sink into that right hip. So sink those hips low. So bend that right knee as much as it'll bend and just drop those hips heavy. Find that breath. Nice inhale, push up. And exhale, bend the elbows. Maybe it's only just a teeny bit. Maybe your elbows bend a half an inch, like a tiny bit. Maybe they bend a lot. Listen to your body. Inhaling, pushing up. And exhaling, diving down. And the next time you push up, stay there, open those toes a little bit more, tuck the back toes under, lift the knee up, nice inhale, and exhale, hop your way to the front, finding your way into yogic squat. So taking a moment to find that just right place. Oh my gosh, don't look at me right now. Do not look at me for this pose. Wow, take those elbows, push those knees apart, find that length, tail to crown, draw the belly in. And fingertips to the floor, turn the toes forward, half lift, inhale, exhale, hinge, and all the way up into the heart. And let's step those feet back in a little bit. Inhale up, exhale, dive it down. Half lift. And take that other foot back to your low lunge. Nice big step back, find that length. Okay, so let's see if we can find those airplane arms. Drop the knee down if you need to or want to, right? It doesn't have to be a need, it can be a want. Find that breath wherever you are. See if you can bring that left hip down as low as the knee. Draw the belly in as you bring it up. That knee can come down. Whatever you did on the other side. Scoop the tailbone under, draw the belly way into the spine. So try and get the belly button to pull into the spine. Keep that back leg strong if you've got it up. And then if you went further on the other side by lifting the heart and gaze, give it a go on this side. Find your breath. Take it into our twist, dive it down. Plant that palm, spin it open. Press away from the floor, reach for the sky, and spin that heart open. Bring the hand behind the arm, behind the back, and spin that heart a little more. And drop that knee on down if it's not already. And see if you can get a little tiny bit more spin. And come on back, scooch that foot over just a little bit to get inside that foot. Oh, how we digress. Last week I got into lizard on this side. I can't even bend my elbows this week. So nice inhale, lengthen, and exhale, bend those elbows, dive it down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. And on the next inhale, staying there, tucking those back toes under, lift it up, inhale, and exhale, take it to the front for our yogic squat. Upavishasana. Take those elbows, push those knees open, lengthen. A little Mula Bandha going. Gentle squeeze of the Kegels, lengthen. Come on up, nice inhale. And exhale, take it right back down. Inhale up. And exhale down. One more time. And coming on up. Let those arms float down, turn those toes forward, hands to the heart. Bend the knees a little bit. So if you feel like your feet need to be adjusted for your staff of Brahman or your ragdoll, get them in the right place for you. Those knees are bent, nice inhale up. Exhale, arms to a T, dive it down. Keep going until you get that stretch in the backs of the legs. Half lift, inhale, bend the knees a little. Reach, draw the belly in and lengthen, a little more reach, inhale. And exhale, take it down to ragdoll. Let go, let go, let go. Drop, 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 drop. A little heavier. And let's take it up. Take your time coming up on this one, rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. If it feels good, stretch those arms out, stand up tall. And then inhale up and exhale to the heart. All right, let's do it with the breath. Nice big inhale up. Nice, releasing exhale in. Nice big inhale overhead. And nice, releasing exhale, drop it down. Nice big inhale all the way up, stretch those arms out. And exhale back to the heart. Again. Opening those toes, dropping the bottom down, back to our yoga squat one last time. Find that stretch. Can you drop the bottom a little lower? Can you get a little taller? Find that breath. Plant those palms, step those feet back to plank. Once again, taking a moment to position. Nice inhale, push up. Exhale, knees down, lie down. Nice inhale into cobra. Squeeze those glutes. And bring it on down, tuck those toes, push on up, nice inhale. And exhale, stretching it back to the heels once again, keeping those toes tucked. And up to downward facing dog. And press it on back, root those hands, so spread those fingers wide and press into the whole hand, especially the palm, as you push the hips as far away from the hands as you can. Draw that belly into the spine. Draw those heels towards the floor. Look back in between the ankles or close the eyes for a moment. Give the shoulder blades a little squeeze. So keep the arms nice and straight and long, but try and pull the upper arms away from the ears a little bit and then squeeze the inside, the bottom edge of the shoulder blades together. It's almost like you're trying to pull the upper shoulder blades apart and the bottom ones together. And see if it feels okay to float that left leg up off the floor. You don't have to float it high. You can just lift it off a little, take a little deeper stretch in that right leg. Or if you like, you can lift it up really high. It's up to you. Nice inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Other side. So again, all you gotta do is lift the foot up off the floor and it gives extra stretch in that other leg. You can always go up higher. Try and keep those hips square so that right hip's not opening. And bring it on down, press it back, and walk those feet to the front. Half lift, inhale. And exhale, hinge. And all the way up to the heart. Bring those feet together all the way. Big toes touch, heels touch, ankles hug in, legs hug into center. Inhale up. And come on over to the right. So you can just keep those arms up. You can grab below the wrist and give a pull. You can let that right arm float down and come a little deeper. Nice inhale. And exhale. Come on back to center. Inhale. And exhale. The other side. To mess with that layer. Trying to get it so you can see all of me. Nice inhale, reach. And exhale back to center. Inhale, reach. And exhale, dive it down. Careful, it's a little bouncy. Pivot those hips. Find that nice long spine. Straighten out those legs a little more if you can. And bend the knees. Step the right foot back. Open the toes to the side. Rise up. Warrior two. So let those arms stay down though. So just focus on the warrior two stance. Not worrying about the legs too much. Or the arms. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's early. I'm just waking up here. I've not been sleeping. It's the other thing. I've not slept this week hardly. So even with earplugs, I did not sleep well in the city. All right, let's open up that knee, that front knee. So you want to feel your knee kind of drawing towards the pinky toe. Sink that back hip down. Let those arms just soften. Let the shoulders melt. See if you can find a little bit more space in between the feet. Find your widest stance that your body allows you to have with your knee still staying over your ankle and reaching towards your pinky toe. So it's not collapsing on the inside of the foot or the knee. It can stay open. The knee can stay open. So you can get a little stretch in those inner thighs. Sink into that right hip a little more as you open the knee. Try and find Padasana on that front foot. Engage your core, float the arms up, drop the shoulders down, soften. Inhale, exhale, reach to the front. Like you're gonna lay right down on that thigh. Inhale, back up, and exhale, dive. So you can straighten the leg when you come up or go down if you want. I don't really wanna do it when we go down because I wanna work on that quad, so those quads. So if you need to straighten the leg, you can do it when you inhale up. Okay, and then exhale, dive it back down. Inhale, or you can just keep it bent the whole time. All right, the next time you come up, pause there, straighten the leg if it's not already, drop that back arm down, reach those left fingertips for the sky, gaze at that back big toe, and then find your back bend, your side bend, sliding those right fingers down the leg. Keep that breath going. And bend that knee. See if you can get the elbow to the thigh without lifting the right rib. So See if you can pull the left ribs down and draw a straight line from your armpit all the way down to your ankle so your right hip's not popping up and out. So if you can't do that, if you come to the elbow and you get all rounded in the left side, then stick on the hand. But when we have the feet a little bit further apart like we do, a lot of times you can make your way to that elbow. Our goal is not to get to the elbow. Our goal is to get a nice straight line in that right side body and find some length there. So reach that arm alongside the ear. Feel that energy line from the heel all the way up the leg to the hip, to the shoulder, to the fingertips for our side angle. How's that front thigh feeling? And bring that right hand down to the floor. Come to the outside of the right foot and drop the right hip down towards the floor. And you can let that left foot kind of lift right up off the floor. You can kind of hang out here a little bit longer, or you can step that left foot back to Vashisthasana. So obviously this is gearing a little towards moderate. You can do an in between. You can step that foot back and keep it in front. You can bring it behind to make it a little easier if you like. And let's all bring it around to plank. Feel free to drop those knees down. Nice inhale. So yogi's choice here, knees, chest, chin, and cobra again. Or if you're feeling crazy this morning, feel free to have that a chaturanga, even if it's a little baby one, like coming forward onto your toes and just doing a little tiny elbow bend. You can even drop the knees down right there and find your knees down, up dog, right? We don't have to go crazy. We can even turn that into gentle. Either way, we're all gonna meet in downward facing dog. Stretching on back. Let's bring those feet together like we had them at the front of our mat. Press it on back. And let's float that right leg up. Draw the left heel down. Nice inhale. Exhale, kick it through. Take a minute because there's not always a perfect kick through there. And then open those back toes out and rise on up for our warrior two. So take a moment, look down at those feet, get them where they need to be. That front heel in line with the middle of the back foot. And then find that nice wide stance we were working on the other side. So take a moment, might be a little different on this side. Focus on the knee, making sure that knee is protected and open. So we want that knee right over to stay right over the ankle and kind of aiming towards that pinky toe as we try and sink that left hip down. Nice straight back leg. Soften the shoulders, soften the jaw. Wow, this side feels completely different than the other. All right, let's float those arms up, drop the shoulders down, soften that jaw. Find a gaze, find the breath. Nice inhale here, exhale, dive forward. Inhale back to center. You can straighten that leg if you like. Exhale, dive it back forward. Inhale. All right, so the next time you inhale, let's stay there, straighten that front leg. Drop that back arm down, reach that left arm, or sorry, right arm up and slide it down that back leg. See if you can bring that front arm a little closer, gaze at that back big toe. Find your breath. Breathe. And release, bend that front knee, open it up, dive it down onto that elbow if you can. So we get there and we kind of, if you notice, you gotta, even I have it to get down there, and then I have this roundedness in this hip. And then I bend the knee a little bit more and bring that hip down to get that nice straight line. But if you can't do that, come up to your hand instead of your elbow. Reach from the heel to the fingertips. Find that nice straight long line. Find the breath into our side angle. Spin it down to the floor, plant that palm. Come to the outside of that left foot. Ooh, 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 don't know if I can. Yes, I can. Lift the right foot up off the floor. I have to do a little repositioning here. So if you looked, your wrist should pretty much be in line with your ankle, your back ankle. And then just sink that left hip down towards the floor as you open the right knee up. Okay, again, you can hang out here for a little bit longer, getting this stretch, or you can take it to side plank. Any variation of side plank. It doesn't have to be a full side plank. And around to plank. Again, yogi's choice. Knees, chest, chin, and cobra, or a full chaturanga, baby chaturanga, somewhere in between. Sort of an up dog, a little up dog, a whole up dog. Doesn't matter. Find your way into a flow that gets you to downward facing dog. Feet together when you get there. Root those hands. Sink it on down. Press it on back. Float that left leg up. Sink that right heel down. Lift it up high. Nice inhale. Exhale. Kick it on through. We're going to step forward this time, though. I just want to get that kick through so we're even. And then step it forward. Feet together. Knees together. Utkatasana. Chair. So it can be a little baby chair way up here. It can be a nice strong chair way down here. If you're going low, make sure the weight is in the heels so you're not overloading the knees. Find your breath. Waking up those quads for you, Sheila. Scoop the tailbone under. Find your breath. Maybe those arms come back up, maybe not. And bring it all the way up. Nice inhale. And exhale, let those arms float down. Give those shoulders a little roll. All right, let's step those feet apart again. So they're on our railroad tracks. Hands back to the heart. Inhale up. And exhale, dive it down. Let's pause here for one more stretch in these hamstrings. So pivot those hips. Notice if maybe you're able to get a little lower now, but we're a little more warmed up. Maybe not. And bend those knees. Plant those palms. Step those feet back for our last plank. Nice inhale. And exhale, knees down. Lie down. And let's roll on to our right side. We're going to stretch that right arm straight on out in front of us to a T, so the wrist is straight in front of the shoulder. And then reach back and grab that left foot. And then bring that knee on down. So to make it a little easier or gentler, you can bend that left knee. And so you have more leg to press into kind of there, or you can keep it straight. So bring the knee down so it's right in front of the hip and pull the heel into the bottom for a quad stretch. Push the hips forward a little bit as you do that. Glue your body into the floor. So really push into the upper arm and shoulder to try and push your head away from the floor to activate that trapezius to help hold the neck up or the head up. If that strains the neck, then you can throw something underneath the head. Okay, now lift the knee up, lift the foot up, start kicking back. And as you kick back, lift the foot higher than the knee. So if you look at that leg, the ankle's higher than the knee. Push the hips and ribs forward, press the body into the floor, roll your your left shoulder open, spinning the inside of the elbow, the eye of the elbow up towards the ceiling, and then see if you can go back a little further. Like your foot is being used to stretch out your arm and shoulder. The arm should be straight and long, right? And you can play around with how far you go back. I find taking the gaze up to the ceiling helps with the stability. Slowly release, bringing that knee in front of you down to the floor. Scooch that right shoulder over to the right a little before you open into your twist. If you have anything underneath your head, move it out of the way so your head can come on down to the floor. Let that left arm fall open to a T, palm facing up. And just let that arm get heavy so it can open up the front of that shoulder a bit. If you want to bring the right hand down to the knee and gently press there, that's fine too, if it feels okay. Maybe you can spin those ribs open a little bit more. Find the breath. And release, rolling onto the back. And float those feet right on up to the sky so ankles are right over the hips. And draw the belly down into the spine. So belly button to heart is pulling down into the spine. And hug the legs together, hands on the belly, and float your legs down towards the floor about halfway. And once you get there, maybe it can't quite be halfway, maybe it's only a third of the way. Reconnect with that core, belly button to heart pulls down. And if you feel like you can go lower, feel free. And slowly, 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 slowly lift the legs up, nice and slow. Bring the knees into the chest. Give a little rock from side to side. And we'll take it on over to that other side. So stretching that left arm straight on out in front of you. Again, pressing that shoulder and upper arm into the floor strongly. Stretch on out. If you bent that knee on the other side, bend that lower knee. And then reach back and grab that foot. Oh boy. Don't look at me for this one. I'm already in half bow. That's the best I can do. So do your quad stretch first, right? Bring that knee down. Push those hips forward a bit and pull that heel into the bottom. And then go ahead and lift that foot up. Look over the shoulder. Look at what's going on here. So you've got your foot is coming higher than the knee. We're trying to keep the hips stacked as much as possible. So you've got to kind of push the ribs forward as you kick that foot back and up. Roll the shoulder open. Find that breath. Glue that body to the floor. And slowly release into your twist. Taking a moment to find that just right place. Letting that right arm fall open, let it get heavy. Spin those ribs open. And rolling back onto your back. Once again, you have to scooch yourself over a little bit. Draw those knees right into the chest this time. Give a little rock. All right, let's bring those feet on down to the floor and cross your right leg over your left. So you're just crossing your legs over and then drop to, so cross, not figure four. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you got it. Don't flip around. Stay the way you were. Right. So we're just like a girl. Cross your legs like a girl. Now I get smacked for that. I'm sure you can imagine the looks I would get from some people. Drop to the side. And open it up. So you can play around with what's going on in your legs here. So when I come over, my right leg kind of gets pinned down by my left, and I can get a little stretch in the outside of the hip, but that's too much on your low back. You can always move that left leg so it's not pinning that right leg down. All right, let's come on back. Okay, keep those legs crossed. Hug your knees into the chest. Okay, so we've got them as crossed we can. Think cow face here. Okay, we're trying to keep the knees at center as we bring the knees into the chest, and try and grab the shins or below, like towards the ankles, and pull the ankles towards your shoulders, towards you, right? So again, kind of thinking cow face here. As you pull the back of the hips down, and then release that left foot to the floor. Now, figure four. So go ahead and bring that right ankle on top of the thigh and bring that left knee in. Oh, my goodness. Into the chest. Finding your breath wherever you're at. And release those knees into the chest and feet to the floor. Cross that left leg over the right. Just cross them and then drop it on over to the other side. Doing whatever you did with the legs on the other side. Letting that left arm fall open. Noticing how this side feels compared to the other. And coming onto our backs for that reclined cow face. So take a moment. You got to bring the knees into the chest first so you can reach for the calves or the shins, and then start pulling them closer. So you don't have to grab the ankles. It can be whatever you can grab, and you really want to feel that left knee pushing into the heart or towards the heart as you pull the back of the hips down, and then pull it's almost like you're trying to get the shins parallel to the wall behind you. There was a square wall behind you, you know what I mean. The imaginary wall behind you. Find that breath. Keep rooting down in the hips. And then releasing into our figure 4. Trying to keep this back of those hips down still. Noticing how this side feels compared to the other. And release, stretch those legs out long, stretch those arms up overhead. Head, nice big inhale. And exhale, bring those knees on into the chest, give a little rock. Doing anything else there is left for your body to do. Maybe a happy baby or a reclined butterfly. So those of you that are live with me, it is 7:35. So if there's anybody that needed to leave right on time, because I got chit-chatting a little bit there before class. So if you need to skedaddle, I understand, but if you can stick with us for 5 minutes, awesome. So taking a moment to find any last stretches, moves you feel like your body needs. There's about 12 more things I wanted to do that we did not have time for. I'm trying to figure out how to make this class an hour, like what time. If I go to 6:30, I feel like it might not work, but I might try. I feel like we just need a little more time in the morning. So when you're done, find that just right place for your body. And starting to settle, moving, making any last movements that need to be made for that body to feel nice and comfy. And finding that breath. Feeling the inhales come in, fill you up. Feeling the exhales move out. Helping you to let go. Each breath an opportunity to let go a little more. So in these shorter classes, our final relaxation is shortened a little bit. And so it's even more important for you to give yourself permission to take just these 2 minutes or so that we spend trying to be still and just be with the breath and letting go. So taking a moment to reconnect with the breath once again, finding the just right breath for you. Could be a really deep, long, slow breath. It could be more relaxed. And maybe adding a count or mantra or affirmation. In the mornings, often when I do yoga in the early morning, I always often feel this light, like connecting with that sunrise, that new day, the light within. So maybe you can find a mantra or even just a feeling or a thought along those lines as our day begins. And coming back to that breath once again. And repeating your mantra, your affirmation one more time if you're using one. And shifting your awareness to the body. Noticing how the body feels in this moment. Starting to stretch and wiggle and move. When you feel ready, and eventually reaching those arms up overhead, stretching those legs out long. Taking a nice big inhale. And drawing those knees on into the chest. Get a little rock that feels good, making your way on up to seated. And eventually landing in Anjali Mudra. Prayer at the heart, finding that long spine, pressing those hands into the heart. Feeling the breath here at the heart center. Leaving you with this little seed to chew on for your day. Feel the feeling, but don't become the emotion. Witness it, allow it, release it. Feel the feeling, but don't become the emotion. Taking a nice big inhale here at the heart. And bowing down. Let the corners of the lips lift as you say thank you to yourself for showing up here on your mat.